scary tale story.
It started with the blood on the doorknob. I live in a crappy one-bedroom apartment on the edge of town, the kind of place with thin walls where you hear your neighbors arguing about money and babies screaming at 3 a.m. That night, I was coming back from a late shift. The hallway smelled like old carpet and mold, but as I reached for my key, I saw it. A smear of dark, nearly black blood on my doorknob, dripping down onto the scratched wood below. At first, I thought it was a prank or some drunk neighbor. But the second I touched it, it was warm. I wiped it off with my sleeve, checked around, and went inside, locking the deadbolt. My apartment was silent, the lamp in the corner humming softly. I checked every closet, under the bed, the bathroom. Empty. I tried to sleep, but every time I closed my eyes, I felt something just outside my door breathing. In the morning, the blood was there again, fresh, thick, dripping onto the carpet. That was the first night I heard it. It was around 2:47 a.m., and I was half asleep when I heard a soft scratching at the door, like nails or claws dragging against the wood, pausing, then dragging again. I thought it was the neighbor's cat until I heard it whisper, "Let me in." I froze. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. The whisper came again, closer to the crack of the door. "Let me in." I texted my neighbor Mark, who lived across the hall, and asked if he could check the hallway, but he didn't answer. The scratching continued for what felt like hours until it stopped just before dawn. When I finally opened the door at sunrise, there was nothing there except the blood on the doorknob, darker now, like it had dried overnight. I tried to scrub it off, but every time I turned away, it came back, fresh, warm, dripping. The landlord stopped answering my calls. Mark avoided me in the hallway, and I could see him glancing at my door with this haunted look in his eyes. One night, I caught him standing there, staring at the blood on my doorknob, swaying slightly. "Don't let it in," he whispered before stumbling back to his apartment. I started hearing it every night, the scratching, the whispering, the begging. It began calling my name, in my mother's voice, in my ex's voice, in voices of people I haven't seen in years. "Please let me in." It would tap, gently, rhythmically, like a heartbeat on the wood. One night I stayed up with a knife, waiting, hoping to catch whoever was doing this. At 3 a.m., I saw the knob turn slowly, so slowly, even though the deadbolt was locked. The blood dripped faster, running down the door in tiny rivers. "Let me in," I screamed. The knob twisted violently, rattling against the lock, the blood smearing across it, coating it, dripping onto the floor. I heard something scratching low on the door like a dog or something worse, something that was trying to find a way in. I blacked out. When I woke up, the door was closed, the knife was on the floor, and the blood was gone. But the stain remained, dark against the wood. I tried staying with friends, but it followed me. I'd wake up in the middle of the night to find blood on their doorknobs too, and they would look at me with fear in their eyes, telling me to leave. I moved to a motel for a while, but it found me there too. Wherever I went, there was the blood, and the scratching, and the whisper. "Let me in." I tried ignoring it, but last night, it got worse. I woke up to find the door wide open, the blood smeared across the walls, across the floor, across my hands, and the cold air pouring in. I didn't let it in. It came in on its own. I saw it just for a moment standing in the doorway. A shape darker than the shadows, tall, wrong, dripping wet, the blood dripping from its hands, from its face, from the places where its eyes should have been. It opened its mouth, and it was my voice that came out. Thank you. Since then, my skin feels like it is pulsing and moving, and every time I touch a doorknob, I leave a smear of blood behind. My neighbors have stopped looking me in the eye. I scratch at their doors at night, and I hear them crying, begging for me to leave them alone, but I need to get in.
Like and subscribe to Scary Tales Story for more horror tales that will haunt your dreams and keep you checking the shadows.